Hey Warriors, I am back with a message to talk about kids with our counterparts together, and also kids that either we have or that our counterparts have, and how sometimes there's a special dynamic there. There's not much in the way of finding out information regarding counterparts having children together. That information is so hard to come by. I have gone through pages and pages and pages in search engines trying to find information, and the information ranges from, I'm just gonna say, crazy. Like, let's see, we got they don't and they can't, because having kids brings karma. Twins having kids together brings karma. Yes, I really saw that. And, and then down more just generalizing. Some saying, most are activated in the journey too late in life to be fertile. Now, yes, that happens, but we're talking about source here. If you're meant to have a child, you're going to have a child. Either way, there's a lot of, it's misinformation because every adventure is different. There are contracts made, agreements made, we decide what's going to happen, and we have free will and everything, but there's a like a goalpost. We're trying to stay within certain parameters and everything that we've already discussed before incarnation. And some of us decided to have kids together before being activated, before being awakened. Some of us decided to have the dynamic of marriage together before being activated or awakened. And a lot of the misinformation that is abounding out there is coming from people. I want to hope that they mean well, but they're basing it off solely their perspective, their adventure, their journey, what's happened with them, and maybe past paradigms, old paradigms that are actually being broken down now. Dog's drinking water, sorry. And that's okay, because as new waves come in, and there are new waves coming in, there's also the assumption that being a twin flame is rare. First of all, I am fully under the belief that everyone has one. It's just a matter of if you're incarnated at the same time. The dog agrees. Also, the raising consciousness for humanity, and the raising frequency for Mother Gaia is allowing for unions to happen. Not only unions with our counterparts, but unions within, which it starts with that, and you move forward. There's a different wave of vibration and everything that's occurring, and it's knocking all these old paradigms just out of the park. It's breaking them down, these old foundations, these old belief systems. We also have to remember that we're in the age of the internet. Everything is like that, so we can talk to people across the world, whereas 20 years ago, that wasn't the case. Definitely in the 1800s, 1700s, 1300s, it wasn't the case. So finding that rare, it's what the the poets, talked about. The old, Rumi, and that one and only, it's not that there haven't been a lot. It's not that it's very rare. It's the fact that we are in an age now where we have better access. Either way, what I want to really specifically talk about is what's called soul children. Just like with the contract to come down and have children with your counterpart, some also have contracts that either you will give, or the female will give birth to a child in a third-party situation that is essentially their counterparts. Or the counterpart will have a child with a third party that is essentially their counterparts. These are soul children. It's not necessarily that it will happen for every connection. If it is, you will know. It's essentially, you're having them together in the 5D. What might start coming to your awareness is a deep connection. I gotta look at notes. With one or more of your counterparts' children, and you may not have even met them. You just may know that they have children, but you start feeling something like this. You somehow know their name, or you start having a child, or a teenager, whatever age they are, coming to you in your dreams, in your meditative states. You'll, just like as if your own children, if you have them, you feel that, when something's wrong with your kids, you'll start feeling that, whether they're happy, sad, upset. It's a dynamic that you'll just know. It'll essentially feel like they could be biologically yours, and it's a crazy feeling. In our situation, he has a daughter that she's my soul child. And on my side, there's a daughter that's his soul child. So we've kind of got it double. Plus, we have a child together. And I have friends, soul sisters, who also have this dynamic where they know that their counterparts' children, they are just innately connected to them. They just know. They feel this soul level connection to them. Just as if they are their own children. Protective of them, even if they've never met them. It's essentially, like I said before, they are our children, just not born to us. And it's contracted before incarnation. There's a reason for it. That reason, let me get into that reason, is because of the new family template. We're breaking down old paradigms left and right, over and over and over again. This also calls into something I said in one of my previous videos from yesterday. Some of us, like for me, our third party on his side, I can honestly, absolutely say that I love her. I was pissed. I was angry. I went through the motions. 3 weeks of just, pure out anger. The first time I saw her, I saw black. It was a visceral to the soul reaction. Turns out she's actually a soulmate of ours. We've had previous lifetimes with her and everything. And she chose to come in and do this for us, to be our catalyst, and I'm eternally grateful. Is her 3D avatar acting right? No. But, does take two to tango, so my counterpart's not, a daisy. I love him, but he's not a daisy. But it comes back to the unity consciousness. These old paradigms are getting broken down for a reason. These connections are happening and coming in now for a reason. We are all one. We are all one family. And it's coming up, it's coming to people that I've been talking to for months, that couldn't understand the love I had for this third party. I've purged for her. There was an issue with her mental health a few months back, and it was like for an entire weekend I purged for her. I cried and I cried and I cried because all I could feel was her. And we all of us need to feel each other. We all need to come to that, to get to that point, to have that compassion and that unity. And I know that it's going to take a lot and it's going to take a time. And there's so much going on in this world right now. But it's happening. Another thing in regards to that, our children, teenagers, early adults, they're coming into mission. And it's really looking like their mission is humanity. For so many of them, this fire is being lit inside of them, and it's been happening for the past up to 10 years. If you notice the young people coming out anytime something drastic, dramatic, horrible happens, it's been the young people that have been coming out and getting stuff done, raising their voices in unity. And now it's en masse. It's en masse. They're feeling it. They're feeling that draw. And we need to support them. I know that when one of my daughters told me when the marches started, I'm going to a march, Mom, my first instinct was, no, you're not. Because my daughter is black. And that was my first gut instinct was, you're not safe. You're not safe, baby, don't do that. And I had to withdraw that and say, nope. This is her mission. This is her fire. She's doing what she's supposed to be doing. And I know I'm doing a lot of rambling here. It's coming to me, just what needs to be. I know y'all can probably hear the dog. I'm dog sitting for my soul sister. Anyways, it's coming, where we have more of that unity consciousness. And hold on a minute. I think she's trying to eat something. Hey. What are you doing, silly? Silly. Okay, stop. She decided to try a little piece of cardboard box. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, it's the whole point is all of it adds up together. All of it comes in together to the sole point that our family dynamics and paradigms and foundations are changing. It's kind of scary in some ways, but we need to flow with it. We need to see how it leads us, how it guides us, how it brings us up, and brings us together. We're not alone. And we can do this. We've got this. I'm going to leave it at that. If anybody has any questions, feel free to comment down below. And if there's anything that you don't understand or want to have explained a little bit more, comment down below. Like, share, subscribe. Till next time, warriors. Bye.